Have you ever told yourself, once I hit a million, I'll slow down? 5 million, I'll relax. 10 million, maybe I'll enjoy life at that point. Then as you get close, the number quietly doubles. If that sounds familiar, you're in thoughtful company. Many successful savers feel one raise, one deal, one extra million away from finally feeling safe. The problem is that enough drifts while time with kids, grandkids, even aging parents do not. Those years expire in real time. Today, I want to explore 3 ideas. When is enough enough? What does wealth mean for a real life, not a spreadsheet? And how do you stay steady when everyone else is losing their minds? I work with people approaching or in retirement who have done the hard work of saving. After years inside large investment firms, seeing how portfolios get built, my focus now is simple. Translate savings into confidence, time, and flexibility in the years when it matters most. A recent conversation between Scott Galloway and Morgan Housel hit on a theme I hear often. On the surface, at what point is another million not worth missed dinners, late nights, and time away from family? Underneath sits a deeper question. Why does enough so often feel like exactly twice what we have now? People with 100,000 say 200 would feel secure. People with a million say 2 would let me relax. People with 10 million say 20 would let me stop. The math changes, the emotion does not. If more never feels like enough, the definition needs an update. Here's one I like, shaped by that conversation. Rich is visible. The car, the house, the watch, the social media feed. Wealth is mostly invisible. Cash reserves, low fixed income expenses, ownership, and boring things that quietly grow, and the ability to walk away from a bad situation because you are not financially trapped. If your life cost $100,000 a year and your money can reliably support $100,000 a year without a paycheck, that is wealth. A simple starting point is the 25 times rule. Take the annual lifestyle that fits you and multiply by 25. That points to a rough capital base where a 4% withdrawal can support that lifestyle over long periods. So if life costs $100,000 a year, $2.5 million, $200,000 a year, $5 million, $300,000 a year, $7.5 million. Perfect? No. Useful? Yes. It shifts the question from how big can I make the number to what lifestyle do I want to own and what capital supports it with high odds of success. Then refine that target based on flexibility and risk comfort. There's another piece that matters: cash and sleeping at night. Someone asked, is it okay to hold a large cash balance at a modest yield simply to help me sleep? The technical voice says maximize return. The human voice recognizes that the biggest risks are often the ones no one is discussing right before they arrive. No one penciled global pandemic into a 5-year plan. No one schedules a layoff, a diagnosis, or even a divorce. If a plan assumes life follows the spreadsheet, the first real shock can derail it. Cash does more than pay interest. Cash buys time during a layoff. Cash prevents forced selling at the worst moment. Cash creates space to stay invested in long-term assets during panic. If a higher cash balance keeps you from selling down 40 to 50% in a crisis, the hidden return of that cash exceeded the stated yield because the real win was staying in the game. So enough is not a single net worth number. It is a package. Enough capital to cover your lifestyle with margin of safety. Enough cash to ride out shocks without panic. Enough emotional stability to behave in an average, steady way when everyone else is losing their minds. Napoleon said, The genius is the person who can do the average thing when everyone else is losing their mind. In retirement planning, that is gold. If you can stay steady through one or two real crises each decade, you are already rare. A quick story: a couple in their early 60s sits across the table. Hard workers, raised kids, live below their means. On paper, they have enough. A portfolio that supports their spending, Social Security on the horizon, no high interest debt, modest goals, family trips, some travel, help with grandkids, education. With a sensible withdrawal plan and risk level they can live with, the math works. Inside, the feeling lingers. One more million, then we breathe. So we run stress tests, market crashes, inflation spikes, medical surprises. We ask questions a brokerage statement never shows. Do you like how you spend your days? How are the relationships with your kids? Are you present or always mentally at the office? If work ended tomorrow, would you feel relieved or unmoored? By the end, the numbers say enough and they receive permission to feel it. That moment, stepping off the treadmill on purpose, changes how they use their time. How do you move toward your own version of enough? A simple 4-step framework. Step 1, know your real life burn, not an idealized budget, the way you actually live: travel, gifts, eating out, helping kids, healthcare. Step 2, translate that into capital. Multiply that annual lifestyle by 25 as a starting point. Adjust for flexibility and risk comfort. A flexible spender who can dial back during rough markets may require less. A fixed lifestyle with no desire to change course may call for more cushion. Step 3, build a sleep at night reserve. Decide how many months or years of expenses you want in safe assets. Choose a cash balance that lets you read a scary headline and say, "We are okay. We do not need to sell into this." Step 4, audit the non-financial side: relationships, purpose, health. The more solid these feel, the less pressure lands on your net worth to carry your entire identity. If you are wondering where you land on that spectrum, this is the work I do every day. If you want to see how this fits your situation, I take on one new client a month. There is a link below to connect directly. We will walk through the numbers and your life so you can see in black and white whether you are pushing for something you already have or whether a few focused changes can move you to durable security. And no pressure, simple clarity. You've done the hard work of saving and earning. Permanent scarcity mode is optional. Wealth is not only a number on a screen, it is the ability to absorb shocks, handle the next surprise, and still sleep at night. It is walking through your front door and feeling present with the people you care about, because market noise is not renting space in your head. In a world that constantly shouts more, choosing enough is a bold financial decision. If you can remain steady while others spin, you are already in the top tier of investors. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this helped, consider sharing it with someone who keeps moving their finish line.